Anthony Hartwig here with another volleyball season preview. We're going into Howland, and it is the head coach of the Howland Tigers, Amanda Florek. Coach, thanks so much for coming on and talking to us today.
Thanks for having us, Anthony.
So, this Howland team has a lot of excitement around it. And before we talk about all the things that are coming this year, let's have a little bit of a recap of last year for those people that aren't necessarily in volleyball mode yet or don't have a lot of memory of last year. Recap last year for us and what you think the returning players can learn from last season.
For sure. We came off of a stellar season. We had a really strong second half of the season. We went 17-8 overall. I think we were 5-3 in the AAC. Battled with everybody there with Fitch, Boardman, and Canfield. Made a run in the playoffs that most were not expecting us to make. I believe I was Hawken in the sectional final, and then a stunner against Westlake in the semifinal, and then we went up against Akron Hoban in the district final. So tons of experience was gained, especially by my underclassmen. So we're really excited to see how they're going to respond to that.
Yeah, those underclassmen have come back up, and now they're kind of some of the leaders of this team because you lost some big names, of course, from last year.
For
So
sure.
when you talk about new leaders that are stepping up this summer, who are some people that have already come to mind that you think you can really trust to be leaders of this team?
Yeah, we lost Sienna Dykes to Austin P, Division One. Angelina Weems was a 3 or 4 year starter for us going to Hiram, and Macy McFall was a multi-year letterman. So we definitely were taking a huge loss and not having them on the court, their leadership. So far this year, we're seeing Michelina Waite as one of my seniors, Gia DePesta is my other senior. They're very much stepping into a role. They have high standards coming in. They're setting a great example for our younger kids. Juniors, Maya Kabancic, who's on a multi-sports athlete, standout between softball and basketball, and volleyball is no different. So play-wise, we're seeing her stand up. She's used to playing in big games and being a leader. Talia Ruschel is my setter. She's been taking on a huge leadership role in running our offense. Again, keeping the underclassmen in line and having some high standards and showing them the way. Lily Day, we were expecting her to run the defense rather. Might have to have her in an offensive role as well. All three of them as juniors are stepping in. And then I also have Grace Kokkonen and Gabby Rich will be returning lettermen for us. So they're all doing awesome so far this year. So we're expected to see bigger things coming.
And I think when I hear those names, and those are a lot of names that we heard last year, and it's a lot of experience. So I think a lot of people might outside of the program might look at what you lost and think, well, they're going to be down. But I
Mm-hmm.
think you might be holding some cards that people don't
For
know.
sure. We're
Um,
often overlooked and we don't make the Big Ten or the top 10 lists of many of you guys that make up these things. So we're hoping to get overlooked a little bit and maybe surprise some people.
yeah.
From sophomore, being freshman and sophomore, I think this junior class is going to make a huge jump this year.
Well, I'll tell you who you probably won't overlook, and those are the coaches that have to play you twice a year in the AAC. I think
For
they know
sure.
exactly what you bring. Talk about your schedule starting the league and what you expect out of the AAC and what you think Howland can do in the conference this year.
For sure, we just expect a battle every match. That's the AAC. When we get into an AAC match, we expect the battle. It's no shortage of competition, no matter what night we show up between Fitch, Canfield, Boardman, Harding has a couple standout players as well. I think the addition to Louisville next year in the conference is going to add to that competitiveness. I'd be safe to say we're one of the most competitive leagues in this area, if not Northeast Ohio. So. Again, a lot of these kids know each other from playing club together. They're friends off the court. They're in the off season. So they're excited to see each other come fall matches. So it's always an exciting time to play any of those schools. And they're
Yeah,
always all well-run programs. So
as
it's
if the
fun.
AAC wasn't good enough at volleyball, you're adding Louisville next year.
Yeah,
So
it'll be
here
fun.
comes some more good volleyball.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the non-conference and games that outside the conference that you're really excited about that you know will test you and get you ready for tournament time.
Well, we already have Louisville on the schedule twice this year to start prepping for that. Um, I know Geneva. We have a history of playing out of out of our area. Try to keep our schedule super competitive. I think it reflects on the Max Prep strength scores from year to year. We try to get outside of our area and outside the AAC and hopefully get some high level play there. A lot of state ranked teams come once the match starts play in the fall.
when you think about, getting ready for tournament time, I know we're sitting here, we haven't even started the season yet. It might feel a little bit too early to
Yeah,
talk about
it'll be here before we
postseason.
know it.
But volleyball, like you just said, volleyball is such a fast sport. It's almost never too early to talk about postseason.
No.
How much do you think your schedule really gets you ready for anything that you'll see during tournament time?
We really try to play. I know we dropped to D3. It doesn't really recognize the level of play, though. When they went to the 7 divisions, D3 in the bracket play last year, I think 6 out of the 7 brackets had a parochial school in the playoff or in the actual district final, and the 7th one was actually because there were no parochial schools in there. So we again try to get it's super competitive, even down to D3, D4. All the levels are competitive. Don't get me wrong, but I know we were teetering between Division 1 and 2 for so many years that we've really wrapped our schedule around trying to play bigger schools, the D2, the old D1, D2s. So now we try to fill those schedules between 1 to 3 to prepare for October because it comes so fast.
For those people that don't know out there, which I think a lot of people know who you are, but you're volleyball all the time. You're the boys coach in the spring. You
Yeah.
go right into the girls team in the fall. What do you love so much about this sport that keeps you like just locked in for so long, so many months out of the year?
Oh goodness, the game itself. I fell in love with it at a very young age. Started coaching my sister a long time ago. Fell in love with the coaching aspect of it. Love teaching kids. If it weren't for the kids themselves, I think coaching club as well. It's like you're surrounded by great families that are really excited about the same thing you do. Coaching friends, those are my best buds that I can get into the gym with them and talk volleyball with. It's not something I can do with everybody. Can't go to my everyday work job and do that, but I love the game. It started off as an off time for me to express myself, go jump around with some kids and have some fun. And I was always the youngest, and now I'm finding myself one of the more veteran coaches, which is not something I ever expected to be in. And it really helps that I have a super supportive administration at Howland. They've done nothing but support me over the years. The handful of athletic directors that have been in that role have always supported me. And then when the boys' opportunity kind of came along, we kind of jumped and put it together, and it's kind of snowballing now. And it's just a different type of game. And again, it goes back to the core of teaching the skills and new kids coming in that are super excited about a game as well and can just go have some fun. So here I am still.
Here she is still, and a veteran coach, but I'm betting still jumping around with the kids when you need to, right?
Yeah,
Still
most
getting
days.
excited.
Not when I'm
Still
too tired, but most days.
Still getting excited, and you're still one of the most charismatic coaches that we have on the network. You really get into the ups and flows of volleyball on the sideline. Love watching you coach. Let's talk about your staff, the people with you that help you make this program what it is, and the people that I know you couldn't have Howland be what it is without.
My junior high program, I have Susie Shields, so she's been a long time coach in Northeast Ohio, high school coach for many years and athletic director for many years. She's running the show down at the junior high. We're really seeing the skill development come to the high school, the difference that she's made over the last 3 or 4 years. I've added in an alumni she was a Bailey Beeson. She went to Penn State, played some club over there, but now she's graduating college and returning and having a good time. She's excited to be in the gym. Their excitement to be in the gym just flows over to the kids, and we're having more and more tryout from year to year. At the high school, I have Alexis Notar. She's another alumni of mine from a few years back. Again, she's bleeds Howland colors, and so she's excited to be in the gym and run the freshman team. And then I have Mark Hardaway, who's a previous college coach, coach of all levels, coach for many, many years, probably more than all of my entire staff combined. His knowledge, his expertise, different ideas about the game, and sees things differently. I find myself, I'm learning from him as well. So this is the second season we have him on board, and he's just bringing a whole nother level to what potential our kids have. So he's bringing that out in them. I've definitely seen that.
Last year, a lot of coaches, when I was doing your game, a lot of other teams' coaches asked me, how did Coach Florek get Mark Hardaway on her staff? And I think we should answer that now, because obviously, I mean, everyone knows him from when he coached at YSU, and then he did a stint as an assistant at Cleveland State after that. How did you bring him into the ranks of coaching at Howland? What was the selling point there?
It's a secret.
It's just, so
No,
no.
Mark very much, he loves the game of volleyball, and I love the game of volleyball, but he is just next level, loves the game of volleyball. He loves to be in the gym with kids. He loves teaching it. He loves every aspect of the game. So when he was expressed some interest in coaching, I said, you come on over and we'll make it happen. And he has free reign on anything he wants to talk about in the gym and what he sees. I've learned so much from him just in the past couple years. So.
It's awesome seeing him again, Coach, and seeing all you guys again. We're so excited for the season. We know you are too. Give the fans a shout out when the first game is, the first time they can come watch you guys play.
Oh, we start right off the bat on Saturday, August 16th. I think we hit Chagrin Falls in Lakeview at Lakeview. We haven't had Lakeview on our schedule for a few years rather. So we're excited to have that because they're so close and right down the road. And then the following week, I think we hit Ursuline and Hubbard and West Branch, something in that order. But it'll be here very shortly.
Very soon. You have a couple of weeks before you hit the ground running. Coach, we are so excited. Thank you again for your time talking to us about your program.
Thanks.
We will cover you all season, and we can't wait to talk to you real soon.
For sure. Thank you, Anthony.